Welcome to another episode of the Philea Sophia Sketchbook. In today's episode, I'm going to be creating another illustration using only my unconscious imagination. This technique is called active imagination, and it was invented by the psychologist Carl Jung. And since his invention of it, it has been adapted and used by some of the most creative and inventive artists. What this technique allows you to do is tap into your innate creativity that lies dormant within your unconscious. You may not think you're a creative person, but just because you are a human being, you have access to wells of creativity, and this technique will teach you how to tap into those deep wells one image at a time. So let's get started. Alright, so let's grab our favorite sketchbook and crack it open to a brand new page that is just full of potential magic. But it's also very important to take a moment and get distracted by messing with your cat. But now that we have been sufficiently distracted, let's get back to the drawing. I always start this process using a hard pencil like this 6H lead pencil. It will make very light marks on the page that can be easily sketched over or erased altogether later. Now, the fun yet somewhat terrifying part of the process. We take our pencil and randomly scribble all over the page. Don't hold back. Just let go and allow your hand to jump around in manic and wild movements. Now just clear your mind and wait for an image or an idea to jump out at you. For me, usually it's within seconds, but don't be alarmed if it takes you a few minutes. Whatever those ideas are, go with them. Follow them wherever your imagination wants to lead you. Start drawing. Here's where this sketch led me. I saw a young man riding on the back of a dragon. But they were not flying in the sky. They were in a vast desert where very few creatures can survive the incredible heat. As the sun beat down on them, the dragon and the rider seemed unfazed. In fact, the rider was giving him a hot snack and patting and rubbing his head and neck. As this drawing unfolded in front of me, I started asking myself some basic questions about this character and watched this story emerge in my imagination. Since this is a strange environment for a dragon, I started thinking about how large animals can survive in deserts here on Earth. I know camels store extra fat and water in their humps so that they can cross the desert without needing resources for long periods of time. So I imagine that these dragons can't fly because they're storing extra fat and water in their wings. I tried to highlight this idea in the smaller figure in the background by showing some extra fat rolls on the wings and arm. So they've lost the traditional use of their wings, but they've evolved to be one of the fastest creatures on this planet. They can run at incredible speeds for long periods of time across the vast deserts. Long ago, the people here noticed their great potential and they domesticated them. These riders are divided into many different clans that utilize the beast in different ways. This rider is from the White Snake clan. They are known for being great hunters, but also smugglers. They have a reputation for partnering with people from outside the desert and helping them smuggle goods across their vast desert networks. This character is most likely on a run right now. Something very interesting might be hidden in one of those saddlebags. Now this line of thinking got me asking more questions and going deeper into the possible narratives here. Now who is that other rider in the background? Is he a friend? Is he someone he just passed an important package onto? Is he someone from a rival clan and now he's kind of preparing for a possible confrontation? This is the idea I like the most. I like to think that this is a elder, and he's leading this younger rider through a part of the desert that he's never been to before. I really like this idea the most. I think it's ripe ground for a new comic or maybe just a short story. I can already imagine all the different problems that they could encounter as this older smuggler teaches the different routes and all the tricks of the trade to this young rider. So it's really amazing that now I have this image and all these potential storylines, when before this practice I had absolutely nothing and I had never thought about this before at all. I may never touch these ideas again, but there's always that potential that they will lay dormant, like a seed, waiting for the perfect moment to take root and bloom. It might be next month, It might be 10 years from now, but now that possibility will always exist. Or maybe this will inspire somebody else to take up this story, and it will continue to evolve in their own imagination and take on a new life altogether. The creative possibilities are endless, and that's part of the mystical and magical nature of art and our unconscious. That's why I really love this practice. It opens up that unconscious imagination that just seems to be overflowing with unique ideas. We all hold infinity within us, and with the imagination, all things are possible. In fact, I would like to leave you on a quote from William Blake, who is a champion of the imagination. He once said, "The imagination is not a state. It is the human existence itself." I think that's one of the most powerful quotes, and it reminds me of something that Terence McKenna once said. I'll play that for you here to wrap up the video.
That art's task is to save the soul of mankind, and that anything less is a dithering while Rome burns. If the artist cannot find the way, then the way cannot be found.
Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that little sketchbook journey. Please leave a comment or a question. I really do love talking to people in the comment sections. And please help me out with the algorithm by liking and sharing this video if you can. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.